Diabetes? Well, I guess to say it simply, diabetes is a condition that concerns how the body turns the food we eat into energy that it can use.
But before I explain further, I just want you to know first that when food is turned into energy in the form of glucose, it is released into our bloodstream.
The moment glucose levels rise, a signal is sent to the pancreas to produce insulin, which then controls such sugar levels. Now, this is where the problem starts.
When diabetes develops, the body's ability to produce insulin is either insufficient or is it utilized as it should be.
This causes glucose to remain in our bloodstream, silently accumulating until our sugar levels are thrown far off the normal range.
Good morning, advocates. Al here. So today, I'll be filming for you because my team and I, a group of diabetes advocates, decided that this would be a great opportunity for us to share what we can about us and what we stand for. Actually, when I first studied the types of diabetes, I came up with a technique that would help me remember the differences easily. But I would always forget them as soon as I learned them, so one night, after feeling a little creative, I decided to make a mnemonic. So I ended up creating the acronym ADRIP. It might sound funny, but it really helped me remember the types of diabetes. So for type 1 diabetes, I used the first two letters A and D to represent how the body's immune system accidentally destroys the cells in the pancreas. This makes the body incapable of producing insulin, which is a hormone that helps balance our body's sugar level. This causes a gradual accumulation of glucose in the system. For type 2 diabetes, I use the letters R and I to represent how the body becomes resistant to insulin and causes glucose levels to rise along with it. Lastly, for gestational diabetes, I use the last letter P to represent how this type of diabetes actually develops during pregnancy. So advocates, remember, ADRIP.
Hi advocates, Cedric here. I'm just finishing my workout, just a part of my daily routine. I do my best to maintain being active since exercise can always benefit us in the long run when done the right way. Oh, of course, I'll take this chance to encourage you guys to try it out. You won't regret it. Well, there are lots of factors that come into play when talking about the development of diabetes. After long talks with a friend of mine that was borderline diabetic, or in other words, pre-diabetic, I learned the reasons behind it. Basically, type 1 diabetes develops due to unknown reasons. Weird, right? But it's said that the way the immune system destroys the cells in the pancreas actually happens for reasons doctors still haven't been able to find out yet. It may have developed because of involvement of genetics, or it could have also been a virus that led to this immune response. Type 2 diabetes, on the other hand, develops most of the time because of the combination of genetics and lifestyle factors. When I say genetics, I mean that this condition normally runs in families. And when I say lifestyle factors, I mean it the literal way. If we don't take care of what we eat and how we exercise, we could be facing the risk of obesity, which increases the risk of developing this type of diabetes. The more weight one carries, the more resistant cells become to the effects of insulin. In the same way, gestational diabetes becomes more likely to develop in women who were overweight before pregnancy and gained weight throughout. The hormones produced by their placenta, an organ that develops in the uterus during pregnancy, also causes a pregnant woman's cells to decrease their amount of sensitivity to insulin. So the bottom line is that we should all do our best in staying active to avoid any unnecessary weight that may compromise our health.
Hi advocates, I'm Tat and I'm here to share my experiences with diabetes. Not my own, but of someone very close to me. By the way, this fruit shake that I'm about to make is going to be great. It'll only have blueberries and without sugar, but believe me, I've never felt healthier. It's better to have those natural sugars than store up on those unhealthy artificial ones. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, where do I start? I was around 9 years old when we first found out that my mother was pre-diabetic. Before the diagnosis, nothing really seemed different. I guess this proves that diabetes really does come slowly. But what we did notice was how often she felt fatigue, how frequently she had headaches, and how often she had to go to the bathroom.
These signs actually go the same for all types of diabetes: fatigue and hunger, frequent urination and thirst, a dry mouth and itchy skin, as well as blurred vision. For type 1, signs also include unintentional weight loss, nausea, and vomiting. For type 2, symptoms would include cuts or sores that heal very slowly and even pain in the legs or feet. So, my mother was warned by her doctor that if she didn't watch what she ate and allowed her sugar levels to go higher, she might have to face a lot of complications. These include cardiovascular diseases like heart attacks and atherosclerosis, nerve damage, especially a burning sensation that starts on the tips of fingers and toes, and possible damage to the kidneys, eyes, and feet. So, this is why it is extremely important that you guys avoid dismissing signs just because they may seem common or they may not be as bad as they should be. Regular visits to the doctor can always benefit you in ways you won't expect.
What is up, advocates? Your fellow advocate Elijah here. And I'm not certain that you've noticed, but yes, I am a dancer. Dancing is not only my passion, but I also need it to exercise. One huge factor for this is that I come from a family of diabetics, and exercise became truly vital for me to avoid this disease that runs in our genes. Prevention is better than cure. A statement I'm sure most of you know. But yes, I will still be here to share with you the different possible ways to treat diabetes. Some of what I'm about to tell you is actually some first-hand information from the doctor who treated my grandfather, who was in fact diabetic at the age of 30 years old. So to start, we all know that having a healthy diet and sufficient physical activity is essential in our daily lives. Of course, it has also been proven as an effective form of treatment to all types of diabetes. That is why we should never forget the basics. Now, other than healthy eating and physical activity, there are also specific kinds of treatments for the different types of diabetes. For example, type 1 diabetes can be treated with certain routine measurements like insulin injections, insulin pumps, and regular blood sugar checks. On the other hand, treatment for type 2 diabetes consists mostly of lifestyle adjustments, blood sugar monitoring, and the use of oral diabetic medications, insulin, or both. Treating this disease is really no joke. Take my aunt and uncle for example, who constantly undergo these different types of treatments just to try and heal it. This is why we should always keep in mind that prevention is better than cure.
Hi advocates, Camila here. How are you guys doing today? Have you eaten a healthy lunch meal today? Right now, I'm making my lunch and I will take you with me as I cook and talk about what I learned during our science class. I remember that back in junior high school, our science teacher was talking about diabetes and everything that came with it. And I think that it really stuck with me how life-threatening disease actually is. And with that, I was really dedicated to listening to the discussion about prevention. You can really still reduce your chances of developing diabetes or even delay its onset through particular measures, like improving your lifestyle. Improving your lifestyle becomes the most important aspect of prevention. With such measures, you can begin to feel better, have more energy, and reduce your chances of contracting other illnesses. That is why diabetes prevention begins with weight management. You can prevent or delay contracting diabetes by losing around 5 to 10% of your current weight. This means that your diet should have less calories as well as less fat and sugar. Having a proper diet is also essential for the prevention of the disease. So just like what my teacher back in junior high school used to say, exercising regularly is also needed in preventing it. It has a lot of health advantages like assisting with weight loss and lowering blood sugar levels. Besides, you just need around 30 minutes of your time a week. But just a friendly reminder, smoking has a bad effects on our body. And for the prevention of diabetes, smoking is a no. It can increase your insulin resistance. That is why we should always remember not to smoke.
Guys, I just remember that on some occasions, seeking a healthcare professional won't hurt. In doing this, you will get the sufficient medications, diabetic medications that you need if you are actually developing this kind of disease.
In order to do so, my fellow advocates, I encourage you to visit our trusted website, Glucose Global.
Not only will it help get that knowledge on diabetes on the right track, it will surely motivate you to start a healthy lifestyle as well.
Click the link below and continue your advocate journey.
Remember, there are times when silence may save us, yet let us not allow this silence to be the death of us.